Oh my God. I'm gonna go in here to get me some good old barbecue, baby. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I'm actually, most of my family is from North Carolina. Why we live in Delaware, I still couldn't tell you. My dad is passed away, so I can't really ask him. I could ask my mom. I thought it was gonna be a funny joke, it wasn't. Oh gosh, I feel bad. So I left y'all hanging last night. I got home and listen, when you're on the road as much as I am, sometimes you just want to chill. I had every intention of filming like a cool vlog for you all and sitting down and talking and all that, but obviously that did not happen. I will tell you this, I feel even worse right now because last night when I went to go get barbecue for dinner, I completely forgot that I needed dog food. So my dogs are out of food. It's only 9 o'clock right now, so they usually eat around 7. So I decided to sleep in this morning and they had to suffer the consequences. So I feel terrible about that. So we're gonna run to the local pet store, grab them some food, and continue on our day. I have to go check on the farm because I've not been there in about 2.5 weeks. And I think later on tonight, I'm actually gonna film a video there alone. Chris isn't available to film because he's in New York. Dylan, he is actually working tonight, which is weird, but he's working tonight. He's got some projects that he's doing, and he also works for other racetracks and does a lot of side work. Chelsea is with her family. My mom is out of town. I mean, the list goes on. Like, I've been thinking who to grab, who to bring. Like, I need somebody there, just make me feel a little bit better. But then I realized that Dylan also brought up the point that I have never done an alone challenge there at the farm. So the next video that you'll probably see on the main channel will be a video of me alone at the farm. And I'm not really excited about it, but what do you do? All right, update. Of course, I'm waiting on this store to open up, 10 a.m., 2 minutes away from it. Just got notifications on my phone. There is somebody at the property, so I'm close enough that I could get there in about 20 minutes, but I'm gonna let somebody else take care of that. Again, behind the scenes of my life, y'all wanna see it all, here it is. This is exactly what goes on. Like, that's the problem with owning like so many properties and doing this stuff, like especially if it's haunted. And like, I will tell you this, Friday the 13th was like a rough one. That was a rough one because everybody was on Burnt Bridge and wanting to do crazy shit. So, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and then sometimes you just gotta deal with whatever you put upon yourself as such as buying a haunted property. So hear that bacon popping. The dogs have food now. We're all good there. We're all set. Got to clean the kitchen just a little bit. I've like stacked all kinds of stuff up here. Usually like everything is like super immaculate. Nothing ever on the counters, all that kind of stuff. But this bacon, y'all, it's looking good. It smells good too. There's nothing better than a Sunday morning smelling bacon. Next on the agenda, we gotta go to the farm, so we're gonna take Big Red here and jump in. We gotta go check some stuff. The car that pulled in earlier, obviously, I didn't really update you all on that, but nothing really came about that. They literally went in and then turned around. Every time somebody does that though, like I do report them, so they've at least been reported, so that way we can keep track of who's going back there. And you know, my ultimate fear is that place burning down because of some idiot coming in there and wanting to do harm like they've done to 3 other houses on that road. And the problem is it's just so far out there that it would be forever until, you know, fire and rescue could get there. So that's, everybody's always like, oh, CJ, you trespassed back in the day, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but I wasn't doing it with ill intentions when I used to trespass for videos and stuff. So, big difference there. Trespassing is still trespassing. It's the law. It's illegal, obviously, but unless I know what you're doing back there, I don't want anybody back there. So, you know, it kind of makes sense that way. And it's kind of hypocritical in one way because a lot of people are just like, oh, well, it shouldn't matter, blah, blah, blah. And like, well, it kind of does. There's a lot of liability and stuff like that too. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like overthinking it, but let's head to the farm. All right, it's a beautiful day here at the farm. We've officially arrived. When I say we, I'm talking about all of you and me. And yeah, long story short, I actually just loaded this new mag, and I was gonna fire it, but not today. So, fall is here. As you can see, as people call it, foliage, whatever the hell that means. Foliage is here, or I just call it fall, but Yeah, it is actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna show you a little bit. The last vlog that I showed you all, we were just kind of like messing around with the skid steer a little bit, and actually I'm gonna roll some footage really quick because I knocked down the back half of that building down there. So go ahead and roll that. I'm starting to think, Chris, like it's gonna be a little sketchy getting back there though.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. Just the hill and everything, the angle. And also, I mean, it's old. I guess that's one way to do it.
That was way easier than I thought it was going to be. Now it's just like the cleanup part.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's all right. Looks good.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like...
But the goal was safety, right? I mean, people trying to go back there.
What's that?
It was kind of like a safety thing, like people going in there. Now it's just not an option.
I just figured if somebody's going to knock the building down on accident, let it be me.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I like that too.
Pretty good. So we ran into a major problem. I was telling you I wanted to build a big pole building right here in this one particular spot. Kind of like maybe push it back into the woods just a bit. The size of this thing is 100 by 65 or 60 or something like that. It's huge. But the thing is it would go all right here. Okay, and it would take up a lot of room. Like all of that's just like old brush and some small trees. Not really worried about that. The one that I am worried about is this big humdinger right here. This tree is extremely old, and like I'm not like, oh my gosh, save nature and all that kind of stuff, but I am like, I would feel really bad tearing down that big of a tree. It's so hard to tell on camera just how big this thing really is, but it's probably 4 foot wide. Like, still, that's no comparison. Like, if you all book your ghost adventure here at ghostproperties.com, you can actually do that right now. All the bookings are open. Literally, like that, you can see that tree. Like, I'm telling you, that thing is massive. Kind of pull like a little bit of an audible here and figure out what we're gonna do with all of this. I could tear down that one pine tree right there and, you know, be able to live with myself. But there's some stuff around here where I'm just like, oh my gosh, like the trees are huge. Like that one big pine tree right back there, that really tall one that you see. I mean, that's another one. Like I thought about, all right, well, if I shift the building over this way, tear down that stuff, kind of push it back in the woods, it just still wouldn't really feel right tearing down a tree that damn big. One problem that we are going to run into is a tree that is probably going to end up falling onto the house. I don't want that to happen, but it's looking like it's going to happen. All of these big branches and stuff are starting to die off, and you can see at the bottom it's just really not doing too hot. But that would be just my luck, because I would be in there investigating and that tree would come crashing down during like a windstorm, or just the right gust of wind would come as soon as I'm in there, because that's just Newton's law. What can happen will happen to CJ. So when you all come explore this place and investigate it, we have something really cool for you all. This is actually a trail system that you can walk through. Through the trail system, we've actually not filmed through this trail system yet. Probably in the next like week or two, you'll see some videos from that. But this is the trail system, kind of comes right through here. And it goes that way for a pretty good ways. And that's just something different, because when the expert came here, we were told that there's a lot of residual energy the closer you get to the water. So we basically just kind of cut out a trail right there by the water, so that way you all can walk through it and all that good stuff. And one other thing that you all were talking about and commenting a lot on a previous video, this video right here, that's the video where Chris and I heard something in the woods. We weren't really sure what exactly that was, but it sounded like a radio, and I thought it was like a CB radio at first, and then it sounded like a walkie-talkie, and then somebody said it was like a war siren or something like that. I'm not really sure. I could be wrong. I'm just going off of what those comments were saying, and that, to me, that's weird. That's like really sketchy. And Okay. I don't remember that piece of wood being across the door right there. Could be wrong, could be right, not sure. But anyway, such a weird vibe in that place right there. I don't know what it is. It's probably nothing, but trying to fill you in, trying to give you updates, all that good stuff. But I'm also trying to like give you all some insight on what people were saying about that video, because in my opinion, it sounded like someone dropped a walkie-talkie and like there might have been like 3 or 4 people and they were trying to communicate with each other or something. It was just really, really weird. And I left that video uncut for a reason, because I wanted you all to be able to pick up on things that we may or may not have seen. I just, it's so tough sometimes. We are going to be doing some more investigating in that trail. Oh, you know, right now it's 45 degrees, 46 degrees, something like that. So it's finally getting the time where all like the critters are gone. So now we can go and investigate in the woods like we used to, give you that old school video feeling back. And that's what I'm excited about the most, I think. So, yeah, I wanted to go and I just wanted to check on a couple of things here at the farm. I got to pull somewhere else. I got to change some batteries and some cameras, so I'm not going to bore you all with that. So a lot of you have been asking, CJ, what about the van? Why haven't you used that? Yada, yada, yada. Well, we had to get a couple things fixed on it, make it roadworthy first off. But then second of all, she's looking pretty sweet. It just needs my face on the side of the van, and I think I'm pretty well good after that. So I'm going to take me, Sonny, and Dylan on a quick ride. But let me show you this beauty. She's looking pretty spiffy. Can't even lie, I like the red. What do you think, Dylan?
How are we all going to fit in here? We're going to be so weighted every time we turn.
Oh yeah, oh this is going to be fun. I wonder if I could, you know how like those cars in Dubai, they put them on their sides? You know what I mean?
For what? I walked up on this. What the hell are you talking about?
You know how the cars in Dubai, they like run up on their side? You know what I mean? They're like two-wheeling like...
Yeah, no, I don't know, but why are you talking about that? What are you planning?
I just get in. Oh my god! Oh my god!
I just broke the rear axle on this thing.
Let it warm up a little bit before we went crazy. You hear that?
Little Leslie can fly through and smack the water. You got it. Whoa. You got it. Whoa. You got it.
Okay. Okay, that was pretty tough. That probably left a mark. How'd that not leave a mark?
What?
It didn't even leave a mark. Yeah, it did not leave a mark one bit. Maybe down there. I mean, one day you all will be able to smell in videos. Like they're gonna do something about that. But until then, it smells exactly the way you think it would. Just run out, ragged, and burn up. All right, side note really quick. If you're gonna come to the farm, come down this long driveway that is littered and filled with more cameras than you can even imagine. Make sure that you don't be stupid and rip off our no trespassing sign that was on this tree here. Long story short, as you can see, it's got a little hole in it right there. Still attached to the tree. We got you on camera. We're not idiots. And we take the security of this property more serious than most government buildings. And I can say that with full sincerity, because like, you know, we don't want people back here, yada yada. But anyway, long story short, we have the video of the person, the car, the tag number, everything. It's already been reported to the state police, but they really literally just went right up to it like this and just ripped it right off. So yeah, we're coming for you. So the boys don't know this yet, but like on my big rap machine that I've got, I printed off all of our faces. So I turned all of our faces into cartoons. You've probably seen the face of mine that's like yellow or whatever, but I did that to all of our faces, and I'm gonna put it here on the side of the shipping container, and then the next time that the boys come to the farm, I'm not saying anything. I'm gonna get their natural reaction and just see what they have to say, but like, these things are massive. Like, that's my face right there. Kind of hard to see right now, but like, you get the gist. Like, that's pretty big. Like,
'cause in the city